This bloke Sean Zoe just drones on with this picture in his PowerPoint with all that drawing. Why not get a real 750SR and film it?
What I'm filming is the 750SR. We're now at the launch event, and I'm going to take you all for a look at what the actual CF Moto 750SR looks like in the flesh. CF Moto just released its largest displacement flagship 4-cylinder supersport, the 750SR-S, and the new model of its smallest displacement mini sports bike, the Popio XO. CF Moto's motorcycle racing team riders were also present. My fanboy moment was a success today. I got a photo with the annual champion Alonso. Lads, show some love in the comments. In this video, we'll focus on the new 750SR-S. Follow us lads for a Popio update tomorrow. Alright lads, I'll give you a static test ride experience of this bike. I'm 1.78 meters tall and weigh 68 kilograms. Sitting on it, I feel both my feet flat on the ground, heels included. There's no pressure at all. The front is narrow and its 805mm seat height isn't that extreme, so I don't feel pressured sitting on it. Then, its whole top yoke. Its handlebars are just slightly above the top yoke, but the angle of the handlebars is quite downward facing. The feeling it creates is that the height is relatively low, but the angle has an aggressive, sporty feel. So when you ride for a long time, your upper body isn't actually in such an aggressive tug, but the feeling on your wrists is more on the sporty side. The position of the foot pegs is probably mid to slightly high for a modern supersport. Compared to pure supersports, including the 675, it's not as aggressive. So with this bike, if you're riding for a long time in a posture like this, it should be more comfortable compared to riding the 675 and similar bikes. It's a setup that's more geared towards street riding and spirited ride on twisty roads. Okay, let's now have a look at the overall exterior design of the bike. As other members of the press are also filming, there might be some obstructions at times. The overall exterior design basically follows the same design language as the current 675SR. For example, if you look at its front end. Everyone look at the front end. The front end is very muscular. Although its headlight, the headlight unit, is similar to the 675's, with two boomerang-shaped LED daytime running lights on top. Then here you have the ram air intake. I remember this ram air intake can add 2 kilowatts of power. And in this position, there's a huge winglet. Look at this winglet. Niggas. What a massive winglet. The size of the windscreen isn't particularly large. CFMoto's windscreens are generally quite conservative in height from the factory. You can get aftermarket parts later on, and they also have their own official upgrade parts to make the windscreen more upright. Leg eminent side bearings. These side bearings are actually a bit like the style of the 450. In this area, this is the main fairing, and then on the side here, the chain-in lines is somewhat similar to the 450s. CF Moto has now actually formed its own design language, and there are some connections between each generation. Then there's the fuel tank on top. The shape of this fuel tank is different from the 675S. The shape is closer to that of the 500SR, it's a bit more rounded. The 675 has an extra facet here, it looks more angular. Let's examine the whole top yoke. The finish on this top yoke is excellent. The top has a stripped back feel, with a 750SR logo and a small CF Moto nameplate. Then there's a fully adjustable Gold KYB fork. Take a look down here. The gold forks look fantastic, they're very chunky. Nowadays, many manufacturers, to save costs, are no longer willing to provide fully adjustable suspension in the 600cc or 700cc class. But CF Moto has always kept this feature in its specs. From this top position, this is the view when riding it. It looks very substantial. It looks like a liter class bike. Its fairings on both sides are very wide. It's a big bike, appearing much larger than the 675 in volume. This quicks exhaust at the back. Actually, I think it looks pretty cool. When you look at it in person, at the actual bike, given its size, this quad exit exhaust doesn't feel out of place or anything, it feels just right. This quad exit exhaust. Each pipe isn't very large. A single pipe is smaller than the one on the 500R, so when combined on the bike, it doesn't feel bulky. It just feels right. According to the official introduction, the heat insulation means that at its maximum temperature, the external temperature is 50 to 60 degrees Celsius. 50 to 60 degrees is fine. If you put your foot here, it won't feel very hot. It's friendly for the pillion passenger. Everyone, take a look here. The air duct is still retained. Almost all of CF Moto's models basically have this design. It's just that this time the air duct is relatively small. Take a look. Its taillight is also in a similar style to the 675s, and its stock grid on the plate holder is already positioned where the stock position is already very high. Then moving to the side, there's this very, very large single-sided swing arm, and this swing arm has some enclosed wheels and Ergonomics added to it. This enclosed wheel is like this. It's actually two materials. The main wheel hub is a wave spoke style wheel, and then in these areas, there are these enclosed wheel covers. It's covered by these enclosed wheel covers. Later on, if you don't like the enclosed wheel look, you can remove this part. Then, its front and rear wheels still use a 120 front and 180 rear size. You can see from this rear angle, it's a very, very wide tire. So when you look at it from the front and the back, it really has the presence of a liter class bike. Very, very chunky, very. At the front, the bike has Brembo 4-piston opposed calipers on both sides, and here it's fitted with an air duct cover. Now let's go over the bike specs. It has a 6-axis IMU, then cornering abs, and basically its electronics package is currently the best in its class among domestic models. It also has 2-level TC. As for the engine, it's an inline-4 749cc engine. You've all seen the specs before, 82 kilowatts, which is 111 horsepower maximum power. And then there's the ram air intake that can add another 2 kilowatts of power. So overall, with the bike's power exceeding 100 horsepower, you have absolutely no need to worry or have any doubts. It also comes with a one-way quickshifter. It's an upshift-only quickshifter. You can take a look at its seat. The seat is made of a perforated material, and the rear part is the non-slip material. It's a combination of two materials. There's an SS nameplate here, signifying its status as a high-spec version. Then in the middle section here, it's relatively low and narrow, so it's not that demanding in terms of your height. The overall frame type is actually similar to the 500SR, from what I can see. You see, it's this type with two stitches, and then this front text that has extended hair. It's a steel trellis frame. The overall workmanship is up to CF Moto's usual standard, which is a pretty good standard. In summary, the 750SR-S is a street-focused sports bike designed to deliver a liter-class experience in its appearance, riding position, performance, and specification. The main selling point is getting a lot of bike for your money. The price hasn't been announced yet, but I think there will be a big surprise in terms of value. Everyone should keep an eye out for CF Moto Day.